Hello, we are back from a sun showery evening, and coming into the new year, you're filled with ambition, you have all these goals floating around your head. Let's see how to, take the reins on those, actually get them done, how to stay productive on those big tasks that you're thinking about. My name's Shay, I'm a nutritionist and an athlete, and let's look into some of the things I use to make things work. And no, we're not going to be doing a SMART goal checklist. This isn't grade 5. Okay, there's going to be a couple fundamentals out of this, top 5 things I'm thinking about. But some of these I'm sure you haven't heard before. So let's make a start with number 1, which is keep it to a core 1 or 2. Okay, now why am I thinking that? Okay, if we talk about, say, a to-do list, you put 20 things on your to-do list, you start checking them off. Okay, you're putting on, oh, make my bed, drink some water. You're checking off all the easy ones, right? And there's a couple like 3-hour tasks sitting there, but you've done 5 minutes and checked off 5 of them. And you're like, oh, I'll take a break now. I've done pretty well. So how does this relate to goals, right? Well, if you're saying, okay, I want to get jacked and shredded and fast and good at this, that, the other, and drink some more water, and then you get a bit overwhelmed. Okay, some things aren't going too well, and you're feeling like you're spreading yourself a bit thin, so you just stick to, okay, I'll just drink some water. I've done that goal. Okay, so what I mean by that, if you set too many, you're just gonna, get a bit overwhelmed and just check off the easy one, right? Which isn't really ideal, because usually the harder ones are the ones that's actually going to give you more headway into, for whatever reason, maybe these goals are impacting your life in a positive way. So usually the hard ones are going to give that to you. So if you keep it to a core 1 or 2 goals, those are the ones that are actually going to make the difference. Number 2 is using a daily reminder, and I don't necessarily mean a physical one, like maybe an alarm on your phone or a reminder that pops up. You can use that, but I think the most effective way is to just chip away at your 1 or 2 goals every single day. Now, what I mean by that, like, even if maybe you're working on a running goal, okay, you have a rest day scheduled, maybe you do that once a week, just stretch for a couple minutes, just so that keeps your brain working. Every day I work on this goal, okay? Because if you're only doing something in a big session, maybe you're working on like a work project or whatever, big session once a week, your brain kind of forgets about it, and all of a sudden it's been 3 weeks and you haven't done anything about it. But as soon as you start chipping away with it, just like a couple minutes a day if necessary, and then this just keeps your brain cycling. Okay, I work on this, I get home, I work on this. You don't lose sight of it, okay? And that's so important because, if you're losing sight of it, it's just not going to get done, right? Now, number 3 here, this is the obvious one of the 5 things that I'm bringing up today. It's just make it measurable. Now, it's not what you think here as well. Make it measurable isn't just to like keep yourself accountable. It's also just to make it fun, right? Let's say maybe your goals for getting in shape, okay, but you're not just going to say, okay, this year I'm going to get in shape, because then you could just do 1 session a week and maybe make a little bit of progress, and technically you did achieve your goal, you got in better shape, but you didn't really do much. Now, if you have it measurable, yes, there is that accountability factor that I mentioned, but it also makes it a lot more fun. Maybe you want to run, I don't know, a 5K in under 20 minutes and also squat 150 kilos, okay? Let's say you're at 100 kilos. Now there's a 50 kilo gap. Every 5 kilo jump is 10% progress, which is really cool because now it's measurable. Maybe you have a thing, you check it off, I'm getting closer to my goal. It just makes it fun, okay? Not only is it like, you actually have an end goal, but it's just more fun. And what's the point if it's not, a little bit fun when you actually accomplish things, right? It's like, oh, I'm chipping away, I'm halfway there from where I started. It's just cool, right? Now, number 4 here is you have your base goal and you also have a reaching goal, okay? So the importance of this is you have your goal that's attainable, okay? Now, the reason for this is if you just have a reaching far way out there goal, it's going to feel a bit hopeless at times. It's like, dude, I'm so far away from that. But if you have the attainable one, you can check that off even if you have a couple bad weeks. You can probably still get there, so there's never that like helplessness that you might encounter, because it's never too far away. And then when you can accomplish that, it's like, okay, I did something, made progress. But the reason for having the reaching goal, okay, this is quite important. If you have a reaching goal, okay, in November, I want to do this, and it's far away. Like, not only is it in November, but it's also a massive goal. So it's like, am I going to have time to do that? And that's the important part, right? If you have that reaching goal, it makes every single day important, because you can't simply miss a month or even a week if the goal is that far out, okay? So that means you're just chipping away at that every day pretty much, because it's like, oh, if I have a bad few weeks of progress, it's going to be pretty hard. So it makes your time really important is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, have that attainable goal, have that reacher way out there. Okay, just like throw it far away. Because the cool thing is, even if you don't get there, you're getting pretty close, dude. And you're probably going to blitz past the attainable one. Okay, and the fifth and final here, it might be a little bit counterintuitive. Don't tell people about it. Okay, the reason this is counterintuitive is because people are like, oh, okay, I'll tell my friends, they can keep me accountable, this will be great. But I never see it going that way. Every time I see people just telling people what they're gonna do, it's like, oh, I'm gonna run a marathon this year, guys. Oh, hey man, how you doing? I'm gonna run a marathon. Oh, hey, what are you doing in July? I'm running a marathon. Nice. What about you? It's like they just reap the validation before they've actually done the thing. And like, that's just so detrimental to you actually doing it, because it's like, oh, you've spread the word, told 20 people, they've all been like, oh, nice dude, that's cool, nice goal, good luck, oh, you're so committed, so ambitious. But it's like, okay, after all that, the guy probably loses motivation. And I see that every time. They spread it and then they don't do it. Because the reason is, why would you do the work now if you've already gotten the motivation? Now, obviously, they're not thinking about it logically like that, but that's just what happens, right? You need that motivation, well, usually motivation in the short term, discipline in the long term, but if you've got all the validation, it's like, oh, what's the point in doing it? So it just never gets done. I also think it's just way cooler if you just say nothing. You don't have to hide it, maybe if someone, you know, asks or sees you're working on it, but just, you know, silent but deadly, you know? It's like you're not telling anyone about it, and then bang, you've done it. Everyone's like, wait, what? Where did that even come from? Who is this guy? And that's you. Well, it could be. So let me know your thoughts below. These are things I find quite helpful just in my personal life and also in my life in track and field to get things done and to stay on it. So good luck in the new year. I want to see you succeed. I'll see you in the next video.